Once upon a time, when Europe was still waking up from the long sleep of the Middle Ages, Italy stood like a brilliant sunrise. Its cities were not just places on a map, but living laboratories of ideas. Florence, Venice, Pisa, Bologna, Milan, Rome, and Naples were humming with curiosity. In those narrow streets and open piazzas, science and technology were not separate from art, philosophy, or daily life. They were part of the same heartbeat. The story of Italy in science and technology is therefore not a simple rise and fall, but a long, fascinating transformation shaped by power, culture, economy, and global change. In the past, Italy's greatest strength was its unique ability to blend imagination with observation. Think of Leonardo da Vinci, who did not see science as equations alone, but as sketches of flying machines, human anatomy, hydraulics, and weapons of war. His genius reflected a wider culture where artists studied geometry, engineers studied beauty, and physicians studied philosophy. Alongside him were Galileo Galilei, who pointed a telescope toward the heavens and changed humanity's understanding of the universe, and Nicolaus Copernicus, who worked for years in Italy and absorbed its intellectual atmosphere before reshaping astronomy. Universities like Bologna and Padua became magnets for scholars from across Europe, offering structured learning in medicine, mathematics, law, and natural philosophy, when many other regions still lacked formal institutions. One major factor behind Italy's scientific golden age was political fragmentation. While modern states often need unity, Renaissance Italy thrived on competition. City-states such as Florence, Venice, and Milan constantly tried to outshine each other. This rivalry fueled investment in innovation, from shipbuilding technologies in Venice to military engineering in Milan and architectural advances in Florence. Each ruler wanted smarter engineers, better doctors, and more advanced weapons. A powerful subfactor within this competition was patronage. Wealthy families like the Medici funded scientists and inventors, not only for prestige but also for practical benefits, turning ideas into tools of power. Another crucial factor was Italy's position at the crossroads of civilizations. Trade routes connected Italian ports to the Islamic world, Byzantium, and Asia. Through these routes came paper-making techniques, mathematical knowledge, astronomical texts, and medical insights preserved by Arab scholars. Translation centers and universities absorbed this knowledge and expanded upon it. Subfactors here included advanced banking systems that funded long-term research and a merchant culture that valued practical problem-solving over abstract speculation alone. Religion also played a complex role. On one hand, the Catholic Church preserved classical texts in monasteries and supported universities. On the other hand, it imposed limits, as seen in Galileo's trial. This tension became a defining factor. Subfactors included censorship, fear of heresy, and the struggle between faith-based authority and experimental evidence. While this did not destroy Italian science, slowed its freedom compared to emerging Protestant regions that gradually embraced scientific inquiry with fewer restrictions. As centuries passed, the center of scientific gravity shifted. The scientific revolution and later the Industrial Revolution favored countries with strong centralized states, abundant natural resources, and colonial wealth. Italy, divided and politically unstable for a long time, could not compete with Britain, France, or later Germany. This political weakness became a major factor in Italy's relative decline. Subfactors included lack of national funding, fragmented research agendas, and limited industrial-scale laboratories. Economic changes further reshaped Italy's position. While Northern Europe industrialized rapidly, much of Italy remained agrarian. Without massive factories, there was less demand for applied science on a large scale. Talented minds often migrated abroad, creating an early form of brain drain. Subfactors here included regional inequality between the industrializing North and the rural South, and limited private investment in higher-risk technological research. Education, once Italy's pride, faced new challenges. While Italian universities remained historic and respected, they sometimes resisted reform. Other countries modernized curricula faster, focusing on experimental science, engineering, and later computer science. Subfactors included outdated teaching methods, bureaucratic hurdles, and slower integration of industry with academia. These factors quietly pushed Italy from a leadership role to a more supportive one in global science. Yet the story does not end in decline. In modern times, Italy has found new ways to contribute. Today, Italy plays an important role in fields such as physics, space science, robotics, medicine, and environmental technology. Italian scientists are key contributors to CERN, space missions with the European Space Agency, and international climate research. A major factor in this revival is collaboration. Subfactors include participation in European Union research programs, cross-border laboratories, and shared funding models that reduce individual national burdens. Another modern factor is specialization. Instead of trying to dominate every field, Italy excels in selected areas. Advanced materials, nanotechnology, biomedical devices, neuroscience, and renewable energy are areas where Italian research stands strong. Subfactors include strong design thinking, a tradition of precision engineering, and the integration of science with Italy's famous industrial design culture. Industry has also evolved. Italy may not lead in mass tech giants like Silicon Valley, but it dominates in high-quality, niche technologies. Automation in manufacturing, robotics for medicine, aerospace components, and sustainable architecture show how science supports Italy's economy today. Subfactors include small and medium enterprises working closely with research centers and focus on quality over quantity. Culture remains Italy's hidden scientific advantage. Creativity, aesthetics, and human-centered design continue to influence Italian technology. From biomedical devices designed for patient comfort to environmentally friendly urban planning, Italian science often asks, not only can we build this, but also should we, and how will it feel to use? Subfactors here include interdisciplinary thinking, design-driven innovation, and a deep respect for history while shaping the future. In the digital age, Italy faces challenges that echo its past. Bureaucracy, slow policy implementation, and brain drains still exist. But there is also a new generation of scientists, engineers, and innovators who are globally connected yet deeply Italian in spirit. They move between Milan and Munich, Rome and London, Turin and Silicon Valley, carrying Italy's legacy with them. The story of Italy in science and technology is therefore not a straight line from greatness to obscurity. It is a circle, constantly reshaping itself. In the past, Italy taught the world how to see, measure, and imagine. Today, it reminds the world that science is not only about speed and scale, but also about meaning, balance, and humanity. As the future unfolds, Italy may not always stand at the loud center of global technology. But like a quiet master in a workshop, it continues to shape ideas that last longer than headlines. And perhaps that is Italy's true position today. Not just a place of past glory, but a living bridge between wisdom and innovation, waiting for the next renaissance to begin.